Hey, how you doing, mates? My name is Isaac, and I'm really glad to be here with you again. Welcome to the 5th day of Christmas, the 5 golden rings. As you might already seen in the video, we're gonna do 10 more Christmas carols, part 2. Well, it's not part 2 because I added it more, so it's just 10 more Christmas carols. If you haven't seen my last year's video, I totally recommend you to watch it. But if you don't want to, it's okay. These are 10 different Christmas carols. What are we going to do? I'm going to explain a little bit of history about them. Not too much, to be honest. So that you can at least know the names now of the carols. Because I guarantee you that at least one of them you will already heard it. In this holiday season that's full of Christmas songs all over the place. These are Christmas carols though. It's different than songs. Maybe I should do a top 10 songs. But let's get right into it, shall we? So the first one, Silent Night. The legend behind one of the most popular Christmas carols in the world plays out as a sort of Christmas miracle. The story goes that Father Joseph Moore of Oberndorf, Austria, was determined to have music at his Christmas Eve service, even though the organ at his beloved St. Nicholas Church was broken. So he penned a poem and asked his friend Franz Gruber to compose a score for it that would not demand any organ. The truth, however, is a little less dramatic. In 1816, the Catholic priest wrote the poem Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht, I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry, while stationed at a pilgrim church in Mariapar, Austria. When he transferred to St. Nicholas 2 years later, he did ask Robert to help me write guitar music for the poem, which the two performed, backed by a choir, on Christmas Eve of 1818. Silent Night was translated into English more than 40 years later by Episcopal priest John Freeman Young, who is responsible for the version Americans favor. The song has been translated into 142 languages to date. Second, O Little Town of Bethlehem. This religious carol tells the tale of the birth of Jesus and was inspired by a pilgrim's moving Christmas Eve experience in the Holy Land. Philip Brooks was a distinguished man of faith and intellect. A Boston-born Episcopalian preacher, he'd earned a doctorate of divinity from the University of Oxford, taught at Yale University, and publicly advocated against slavery during the Civil War. But he's best known for penning O Little Town of Bethlehem after a life-changing journey. In 1865, Brooks rode a horseback from Jerusalem to Bethlehem, where he participated in the Church of the Nativity's 5-hour-long Christmas Eve celebration, complete with hymns. Returning home, this experience proved so profound that he channeled it into the song sung in churches to this day. Its first public performance was held 3 years later, performed by the children's choir of his church on December 27. Number 3, The Drummer Boy. No one knows for sure who wrote these popular Christmas carols, once called Carol of the Drums, due to the refrain "Rum-pa-bum-bum, rum-pa-bum-bum." You know, that sounds like the beating of a drum. Credit has been attributed to famous American classic music composer and teacher Catherine K. Davis, who may have based the song on an Osage carol, though the recording artists Henry Honorati and Harry Simeon also get credit. And the daughter of composer Jack Halloran claims that her father was the originator of the version we all know and love. And still, even though that we'll never know maybe the source of the song, you can bet you'll have refrains stuck in their head. Especially Justin Bieber song. Okay, no, that's a really bad one, don't hear it. 4. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. A carol that is at once hopeful and mournful. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas was penned by Hugh Martin for a scene in the 1944 movie musical Meet Me in St. Louis. Judy Garland sings the bittersweet song to her little sister, trying to cheer her up, as both lament their families move away from the little hometown. But Garland and director Vincent Minnelli weren't happy with Martin's early, much more maudlin drafts. These included lines that Martin will later describe as hysterically lugubrious, like "Have yourself a merry little Christmas. It may be your last." Faithful friends who were dear to us will be no more dear to us. Martin initially refused to revise the lyrics, but a small talk to the actor Tom Drake set him straight. He said, "You stupid son of a bitch," Martin recollected. "You're gonna fool up your life if you don't write another verse of that song." Ultimately, Martin gave the song a more hopeful meaning. First for the movie, then again in 1957. With changing a lot of verses, the song has become a standard in all of their forms. Number 5. Good King Wencelas. This unconventional but beloved carol dates back to 1853, when English hymn writer John Mason Neale first penned its lyrics. Set to the tune of the 14th century carol, this time is near for flowering. The song focuses on the journey of a kind man who set out in terrible weather on the post-Christmas holiday on St. Stephen's Day to provide aid to poor neighbors. This king was a real man, Wencelas I, Duke of Bohemia, who ruled from 924 to 935, when he was assassinated by his own brother Boleslav the Cruel. The bad nicknamed sibling, Wencelas was adored by his subjects. His great acts of charity led him being called the King, and an eventual upgrade to sainthood. He is now the patron saint to the Czech Republic. Number 6. O come, all ye faithful. Frederick Oakley, the English Catholic priest, came up with the English translation of O come, all ye faithful, and it remains one of the most popular Christmas songs in most English-speaking countries. Number 7. Ding Dong Merrily on High. It is quite popular among children. The text Ding Dong Merrily on High was originally in Latin, Gloria in excelsis Deo. People have a blast in Christmas season thanks to this wonderful carol, which you can suppose is one of the lesser known yet most beloved ones too. Number 8. O Holy Night. The well-known Christmas carol O Holy Night is about the birth of Jesus and mankind's redemption. Number 9. I Saw Three Ships. The tune of this carol is a traditional English folk song, and the words of this carol, of which there are several versions, were written by wandering minstrels as they traveled through the country. In the original version of the carol, the three ships were the ones taking the supposed skulls of the wise men to Cologne Cathedral in Germany. However, since the Middle Ages when it was first written, there have been many different lyrics with different Bible characters being on the ships. The most common lyrics used today are about Mary and Jesus traveling to Bethlehem. And last but not least, number 10. Little Donkey. Little Donkey is a popular Christmas carol written by English songwriter Eric Boswell, which describes the journey by Mary, the mother of Jesus, to Bethlehem on the donkey of the title. In the 21st century, the song has become something of a signifier of childhood Christmas in popular culture, having featured in the comedy acts of Alan Carr, Russell Brand, and especially in the Ricky Gervais show. And that was it, guys. I hope you learned something today. I hope that you got the sensation like, oh, that's the name of that carol. I know that carol. I haven't heard that carol in a while. Or something like that. Maybe you probably heard them all, because it's Christmas holidays. Songs are everywhere, especially Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Like, god dang it, what am I supposed to do? There's no escape from it. Everywhere you go, you have Mariah Carey singing for you, whether you want it or not. You like it? Cool for you. You don't, you are doomed for life in every freaking December. But that was it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please give it a like, it helps me a lot. And I'll see you tomorrow with the 6th day of Christmas. Until then, shkadunk.